Family, welcome back to Larry's Anything Goes. Hopefully, you guys having a great and exceptional Saturday. All that good stuff. Let me get my camera together. Where am I at? Anyways, you're watching. Do the great three free things: like, share, and subscribe. There she goes. All right, there we go. Anyways, so hopefully you guys having a great Saturday. Just wanted to get on, chop it up with you for a little bit. It's rarity I even go live on Instagram like that on Saturdays, but basically for a lot of working people, Saturday is a day off. All right, and a lot of people are actually working, um, even if they're not physically at a job. A lot of people are working from home. I really rarely, if ever, consider to even have a day off anymore, and I'm happy about it because I do what I'm passionate about. I make content. I invest money. Whenever I make a little extra money, I invest it. My passion. I put my passions um, on blast every day. There's no such thing as a day off. Excuse my dog; he's taking a nap. But and so that's the one thing I'm love to talk about on a regular basis. But anyways, really today's rant is just talking about there should be no such thing for people that are passionate. There should be no such thing as a day off. Like a lot of people who have children, there's no such thing as a day off. They love them to death, and they spend time with them to give them guidance and knowledge. They learn as they go, etc. and so forth. This is the stuff I hear from parents on a regular basis. Because there's no such thing as a perfect parent. There's no such thing as a perfect child. There's no such thing as a perfect person, period. But they constantly work on them every day, and everybody in the world has something new to learn every single day. That's why you see me. I'm a book nerd. I'm reading about the history of Liberia. Reading Nipsey Hussle's book life story. Reading about Charlie Munger. I keep it old school with the books that I read every day. I know that's not a popular thing. That's why the algorithms won't really talk about that. But all at the same time, I talk. Today's Saturday rant is basically when it comes to your passions, never take a day off. Never put yourself in a vegetative state and whatnot. And especially talking to the entrepreneurs out there. I'm talking to people who have goals and ambitions out there. Don't ever take a day off. There's a podcast talk by this gentleman named David. He calls it "Sleep is for suckers." I love that saying because I'm starting to get back into burning the midnight oil and whatnot, and not waste as much time as watching the buffoonery that goes on social media. Not watching, I barely watch any TV. Most of the stuff that I consume is usually podcasts. On a regular basis. I might watch an old show now and then, but majority of the stuff that I consume is educational. Sometimes from an entertainment standpoint, but mostly educational because I don't even watch Drink Champs like I used to. I used to watch that religiously. Still a great show, and I got nothing but love for the people that conduct that because it's basically honoring and giving flowers to legends in the game of hip hop and whatnot, R&B, and things of that nature. Actors, actresses, people who are on reality TV shows, activists, things of that nature. So I'm not knocking it, but the content that gets my attention is usually from an educational standpoint and from a motivational standpoint because those are the things that drive everybody. That drives me. That drives my soul, and it keeps me going on a regular basis. But the reason why there should never be a day off and whatnot when it comes to your passion and whatnot. Even people who are passionate about their family, passionate about their faith, passionate about their job. When you're passionate about something, there should never be a day off, and that's why I commend the culture that is growing of people trying to figure out ways to make money and capitalize on their passions, not just from a manipulating society standpoint, but you live in a capitalistic country, so that's just the way it works. But being able to put themselves in a position where the job becomes an option, put themselves in a position where the 401k becomes an option, puts themselves in a position to where if something changes within the economy, within their life, they have options. Like you see, the shirt talks about the evolution of money and whatnot. Okay, this is the world we're living in right now. But a lot of times it's not talked about on a day off. People get a day off. A lot of people just want to be on Instagram and talk trash. Half the lives that I see on Instagram is the funniest thing ever. I'm just like jokers are wasting time. I'm glad in my early 20s I did not have Instagram. That's all I got to say because I think I would have wasted a lot of time. Because in my early 20s, I was working 2 to 3 jobs. So I was about getting the money. I was about getting the bag. Because I saw people that were older than me in their 30s and 40s who were living paycheck to paycheck. And I, at the time, did not have any children. Still don't have any kids. I had no student loan debts. I didn't even have a car payment. I had a car, I had an old car, but it got me to point A to B, and that's all that mattered. And outside of driving to work, I didn't really go anywhere outside of the local 20-minute radius of where I resided at the time. But I would see how excited we would call them old heads, but really it's the proper term is our elders. I would just say that back then. But I would say my elders, I would hear them talk about bragging about having an overpriced car, bragging about they made all this money, but they never ever, like, 1 or 2 out of 10 would talk about, well, this is what I'm investing my money in. Because at the time I'm in my early 20s, the concept of investing to me was a brand new one. Even though I had a 401k, you go through the orientation of the job that you had at the time. I didn't know what the heck a 401k pension plan was. I did not even realize the benefits of it. I mean, heck, I remember I had one when I left one job and went to another one. I let it sit for like 2 years because I didn't even realize the aspects, the importance of it. I cashed out and I just put it in my individual retirement account. And even though I opened up the individual retirement account, I did not even realize the benefits of even having one. But I knew it was important to have one. That's just the best way to, I was taking the information as it went along. Plus, my elders were not talking this kind of because the baby boomer generation, they were the last really generation to have pension plans. So, and to my millennial generation coming into the workforce, the majority of the time the elders were, they were just like, well, I'm straight, I'm taken care of, so I ain't got to worry about, you guys are the ones who got to, start all over again, and we're not going to help you out on any level. We're not going to give you any game on how to work the system or whatnot. And it was like it was just an interesting time. That's all I can say. Because like now I look at it, I'm just like, because when I talk to anybody younger, I'm like, hey man, yeah, get your bag, ensure your income rises, but definitely invest your money as much as possible and consult the financial professionals. Be a part of the investment culture. Don't just be a part of the earning and spending culture. Be a part of the investment culture and the saving culture. Turn your job into an option and not a must. Because when you get in your 30s and 40s, ask yourself the question: do you want to be getting up at 4:30 every morning, burning the midnight oil for somebody else and not for yourself? I can't answer that question about your life. Only you can. And the one thing I've always done on my days off is I have more time to think because I got more time to block out the noise of what more of the information that more people want to stuff down my throat and into my brain and whatnot. Because a lot of the times when you're out in the world, there's a lot of just people and information that becomes a waste of space of real estate, as Damon Dash puts it, in your brain. So that's one thing I've always appreciated, being having a day off and whatnot, and being away from society and all the minutia that happens in society. And that's one thing I can just appreciate. So days off should be productive, should equal productivity. I think that's what I'm going to title this rant today. Days off should be equal productivity. And hey, have your fun. I'm not knocking fun. I can have fun with the best of them. Don't get me wrong. But that's, for me, fun is like a couple of times a year. Fun is not every weekend. That was what my 20s was for. Now it's about appreciating the little things in life, family. It's appreciating the things that make me a better person in life and whatnot, and hopefully it can help uplift others all at the same time. It's like I just saw my boy Mike's his rant. I hope he starts doing more videos again, because he puts out a lot of great information. And he was talking about how he works at Amazon warehouse now, and he's a lot of people that work with him are 18 and 19-year-olds, and he's giving them game on like, hey, this is what you should be doing. This Amazon job, yeah, you're getting paid good money to work at Amazon, but this doesn't need to be the end of the line. Your employer doesn't need to be the end of the line. We're past that generation. That was the baby boomer generation and the generation before them. They had the luxury of having the one job, good paying job, and pension plans and all that good stuff. Those days are done for, and they're never coming back. So the only time a person is a slave to a job is when they don't open up opportunities for themselves to earn income outside of the job. There's nothing wrong, because a lot of people utilize their jobs to not only live off, but they utilize their jobs to finance their dreams and goals and aspirations and whatnot. They turn their jobs into options. Because I know a lot of people that love their jobs. There's nothing wrong with that. But what if your job doesn't love you so much? I've heard that saying a lot of times. What if you get fired for no fault of your own? Or what if the company shuts down from no fault of your own? Everything in life, you have to have options and backup plans. When it comes to any and everything in life. Because if you're not working on that, I haven't said this in a long time, but the comfort zone is a death sentence in 2022 and going beyond. I said that in 2020, said it in 2021, and it is what it is. I'll say that to the day I die. The comfort zone is a death sentence. With the people you surround yourself with, certain family members you even associate yourself with, the jobs that you work at, the customers that you have, the comfort zone is a death sentence. All right, but a lot of people it's very because it's easy to be comfortable. But then when something happens, and you'll be the first one online with a GoFundMe account, begging and pleading for money because you spent more time on Instagram and TikTok than you did trying to figure out how to get the bag and how to get more, not even just assets, but skill sets all at the same time. That's another thing that's not talked about enough. The different skill sets that are needed to survive in today's world and tomorrow's world. So that's all. That's it for the day. Because I'm actually late for EYL University class, getting some game about financial planning and whatnot. But yeah, that's it. Days off should equal productivity, period. And for Saturdays, for a lot of people, it's their day off. And like I said, hey, the Super Bowl is over with, so don't just go back to playing video games and wasting time and whatnot. Go to start being productive, whether you're reading, whether you're whatever have you. You're online, you're making content, you're connecting with people, going to conferences, taking classes like I'm about to do right now. Get connected, learn, grow, execute. That's all I can say on that one. So do the three free things. Like, share, and subscribe. Have a great day. And as I always say, make money moves or you're going to live, bro, like a fool. Take care, family.